It feels good to finally watch Twin Peaks. So what'd you think? Hey there guys, this is Sam
and Justin
at The Survival Review, and today we are going to be talking about the first episode of the return to Twin Peaks.
Oh yeah, this is something that we've just been waiting for. I mean, so many people have been waiting for this. Most people waiting longer than us.
That's true. I didn't discover Twin Peaks until about 2 years ago, probably, is when I first watched it.
Yeah, for me it was around 3 years ago.
And both of us love the show.
Oh, yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic. And I liked David Lynch movies prior to that, so I was familiar with his stuff. And when I found out the show was David Lynch, I watched it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we found out a third season or a return season or whatever you want to call it, is coming to Showtime, I was pumped.
Like, it's been 3 years in the making since this was announced, and since it was announced, and then David Lynch dropped out, and then he came back and all that stuff. So the fact that it's finally here. And the fact that this show has had the best marketing for anything ever, and the fact that it's had nothing. They haven't told us a single thing about it.
Nothing's been leaked.
No.
Nothing is... And the thing that makes me most excited is David Lynch directing every single episode.
Yes. He basically first this season as one long movie, just cut up into 18 episodes.
Yeah.
Very weird feeling going into this.
Yes.
Well, it's just because it's something that we don't know anything about, and just... It was really weird just sitting down to watch this. And was it good? Yes. It was amazing.
Right off the bat, I will say yes. I really, really liked it.
First, we're just going to say our quick, spoiler-free opinions of the episode, just for if any of the people who haven't seen it yet and just want to know, if it's good or anything. We'll do that first. Then we're just going to discuss, all the questions and all the stuff that was introduced in this episode.
Yes.
It is definitely Twin Peaks.
Yes, it's very Twin Peaks.
Yes.
A little bit different, though.
Oh, yeah.
Where I would say, Twin Peaks, the original series, aired on ABC.
Yeah.
It was a network television show, and there's a lot more, quirkiness, maybe a little toned down back then.
Yeah.
This is David Lynch going all out.
Yeah, and tone-wise, as of right now, it's not exactly the quirky tone of the show. It's more in line with Fire Walk With Me.
Yes.
But it's kind of a mixture of that. And that's why I feel like the show will be going on. Because I do feel that some people who go into this just expecting a fun reunion or something like the X-Files, the new season of that, was just it was just these characters back and fun, will be disappointed because the first hour, especially, of this show is just not what you'd expect at all. And the fact that it feels like a separate Twin Peaks-esque show with Twin Peaks scenes thrown in of the original characters. But it's perfect David Lynchian stuff, and it fits in line with the show to where it doesn't really feel off or anything. It's just not exactly what you would expect going in.
And the thing about Twin Peaks and with David Lynch in general is he's always about subverting expectations and not doing what you expect.
Yeah.
So
the show ends, there's a bunch of cliffhangers. So how do you follow it up with? Oh, a prequel movie. It doesn't answer anything. This is kind of like that, where you do get the answer to kind of basically one major question that left hanging at the end of the show. But aside from that, nothing else has been explained yet, at least, about what happened to characters at the end of the show or how some of that stuff ended or anything. There's none of that, aside from one major thing.
Yes.
So if you're just expecting to go in having all of your questions answered from the ending of Season 2, you'll be disappointed right off the bat. Yeah. I'm assuming they'll explain some more stuff down the line.
I'm sure things are going to unravel and there will be a lot more things explained.
But this is just introducing us to some of the new characters and showing us some of the classic characters, reintroducing some of them. There's still some that haven't shown up yet. True. And there's still some new characters that haven't shown up yet. This isn't just showing us everything at once. This is still slowly teasing it, and it's great. I don't want to really go into specific scenes much, except I will say that there is some more stuff at the Black Lodge. I'll go that far, and that stuff is just great. It's just making up for 25 years of having no Black Lodge stuff and all the stuff you would have missed out on had the show continued on. Yes. This makes up for all of that. And that stuff is phenomenal. It's just so great. And the show introduces a lot of mysteries, too. New mysteries, to be unraveled as the show progresses. With all our new characters, and with what's going on with some of the old characters. So I think that's all we can really say non-spoiler wise.
Everything else, you're getting into spoiler.
Yeah, because I don't want to. I want people to go into this how like you should, not knowing a single thing. But I just want to let people know that it is good. Yes. It's what if you like Twin Peaks, you will like this a lot. You'll love it. We loved it. Like it's phenomenal. Everything from just the weird Lynchian stuff, like weird character quirks and all that stuff. The only thing about it is that it doesn't feel as weird as it did on the TV show. Because the TV show is shot like an old, just like a 90s TV show. So it made it even weirder to have this like strange stuff happen in it.
You have this weird contrast between a very bright sort of happy way of shooting things, the same way like a sitcom would be shot.
Yeah.
With this very dark tone of a show.
And this you don't have that because it's more modern and everything. Yeah. So, okay, now we're just going to talk about it.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen the episode, move on to something else and stop watching now.
Do not watch it at all. So where to begin? There's a lot to talk about since this was 2 hours worth of stuff. It wasn't just a quick 1 hour episode. This is 2 full hours worth of new Twin Peaks material. Mm-hmm. And where do we begin? Well, the one thing that does get explained from the season finale is Agent Cooper and what he's been up to for 25 years.
And this is pretty much what I expected.
It is pretty much what everybody expected. Yeah. It's really not surprising or different. It's just explained because that actually is what happened. Yes. And basically it's just that his doppelganger has been here for 25 years living his life out while Cooper has been stuck in the Black Lodge.
Yes.
So basically what everybody's been saying. But
what everybody's been saying. Now, I was kind of interested to see, what is the doppelganger doing? Is he like living out Cooper's life, or is he disappeared? Which is actually what kind of ended up happening is Cooper disappeared, nobody knows where he is, and he's off living this sort of criminal lifestyle.
Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering what happened, because it's not like when his doppelganger came through, it's not like nobody was there. Yeah. He was in the same room as Sheriff Truman and the doctor, I forget his character's name, down his father. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what happened to make him go missing? It's not like he got stuck in the Black Lodge when nobody was around.
No, he was in the hotel room, and I think somewhere in between there, that's when he went missing.
Yeah, so a lot of this episode follows the doppelganger, who's just this criminal character, basically.
Crazy long hair. Yeah. And it's just...
Yeah, and that stuff's really entertaining. Yeah, just to see Kyle MacLachlan.
Leather jacket.
Yeah, and just to see Kyle MacLachlan play a villain type of character.
Yeah.
I know he was playing an evil Cooper, but it still seemed weird having him swear. Just because it just seemed weird, because it's like Coop. Even though you're bad Coop, but still. And then you do see Cooper in the Black Lodge.
Yes.
And there's a lot of that in this episode. A lot more than I expected, actually. I thought they would just tease us with some Black Lodge stuff.
I had a feeling we'd be getting quite a bit.
But it's just full-blown Black Lodge stuff, and it's great. And one of the best things about the show is that there's moments in this episode that imitate stuff from the earlier show. But it doesn't feel like rehashing fan service. No. Because it makes sense in Twin Peaks. That's happened before on the show. Mm-hmm. If stuff has been repeated. So when you see Laura Palmer again, and she's in the same dress, and she says some of the same lines, and even goes over and whispers something in his ear,
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like rehashing fan service. Aha, get it, audience? It makes total sense. And also it adds more mystery. What did she whisper in his ear?
What did she say now?
You know what she said the first time. What did she say now? Mm-hmm. So that stuff was great. Or you see the dancing midget in the show kind of changed.
A little bit.
How would you even explain that?
It's like nerves, a stem of nerves, and it's just a stream of consciousness or something. Yeah. I don't know, but it's the evolved version of I guess the arm is what
the arm. Yeah, so they call them. It's the evolved version of that, and that stuff is just cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Loved it.
I love that so much.
And even he has a doppelganger.
Yeah, there's a doppelganger of him, and it's just an angry thing that's chasing after Cooper. It's amazing. Yeah. So the returning cast members that you see in this show, you do see Lucy and Hawk and Andy again.
Hey, I was so happy to see Andy.
The first scene you see Lucy, and it's just typical Twin Peaks quirky humor. Yep. And that's why I think that more of that will come through as the show progresses, as we spend more time in Twin Peaks. Mm-hmm. Because we really didn't spend much time in the town of Twin Peaks in this episode. No. We were kind of going all over the place.
Yeah, there were multiple cities. You're going from New York to Las Vegas to North Dakota.
Yeah, and it felt very different from Twin Peaks, which was always just set in one town. Yeah. And I mean, I'm not saying that in a bad way, but like that was a unique way to kind of change some things up and not just be like a rehash of Twin Peaks. You know? So the first scene you see Lucy in, you see this guy walk up and ask to speak to Sheriff Truman. And she goes, which one? Well, either way, both of them are out.
Yeah.
And that's also going to eventually introduce us to the new Sheriff Truman, since the actor who played Truman in the other show decided not to return, so they're having Sheriff Truman's brother be in this one. So you didn't see him yet, but there's hints at him. But I do like how that does say that his character's still alive, and maybe he'll appear. Like, even though he said he wouldn't, you never know.
You never know with these things.
He might just pop up in the next episode, and if he does, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I'd be surprised, but
But I'd be like, okay, of course. Like,
yeah.
So you never know, but I like that element that he's still alive. He's not just like dead or something. They didn't just kill him off because the actor didn't want to return.
Yeah.
Which is good. So you got that first scene of Lucy, that's great. And then you get to some stuff that's pretty bittersweet with the log lady.
Yep.
Who the actress unfortunately passed away. Luckily, I would say, that sounds really bad saying that, but like, luckily after shooting her scenes, it's nice to see her again. But you can clearly see that the actress is ill at the time. Like, she's just sitting in a chair and she's just, all her stuff's just on the phone, talking to Hawk. So it's kind of bittersweet in that it's nice that she's there, but it's kind of hard to watch.
It's tough, but I am very glad to see her there. Yeah. I really do love that character.
Yeah, so it's nice to see her again in some form. I don't know how much she shot, if she's in like more episodes or that's all she did. I don't know, but at least we got to see her at least once, and that's all that matters. Like, that's great. Again, a little sad, a little hard to watch, seeing her hand kind of shaking while like holding the phone and stuff. But, you know, what you gonna do? And then I guess you see Hawk again, which is nice. Andy, of course, that's like one of the funniest lines in the episode.
He's born on the same day as Marlon Brando.
Of course, why not? And then you see Ben Horn again.
Yep, see Ben Horn and Jerry Horn.
And Jerry Horn.
Who's crazy as ever.
Oh yeah, he's crazy. He seems crazier than they did in the show.
Yeah.
Which is great.
We briefly see Dr. Jacoby.
Oh yeah, that's like the first scene.
Yeah.
It's Dr. Jacoby. And it's like, I don't know what that meant. It's just like a guy stops by and...
drops off some stuff.
Yeah, he has... and hands him some shovels. And
Jacoby's up to something.
Yeah, he's up to something. Don't know what. And then, one interesting thing I don't know, though, about Ben Horn is this the changed man, Ben Horn, from Season 2?
Yeah, that's...
And he became a good guy? There is a line that kind of implies he's not, where Jerry's just like, ooh, like, are you sleeping with the secretary? And he's like, no, of course not. Plus, she's married. So I'm like, wait, is he back to his normal self, or is that still, like, good guy Ben Horn from the last season?
I think there's more good than bad in it.
Yeah. I mean, I know David Lynch, like, even if he's not happy with the way some things went in Season 2, he's not just going to flat out ignore it or change things. Yeah. He's going to accept that as the continuity and just move on from there. You know, so he's not just going to be like, oh, I thought that was stupid, I'm going to ignore it. So he probably is a good guy, but it's just like, it's interesting to see. I like seeing him again. He's one of my favorite characters, so I like seeing him again. And then you get to the ending, where you see the bar, the Bang Bang bar from their show, and you see Shelley Johnson at the bar with their friends just hanging out, and then James walks in.
But yeah,
initially we're like, because James sucks.
James was awful in Season 2 and Season 1 as well. He's just generally not good. But
yeah.
I'm going to try to give him a chance. It's been 25 years.
Yeah.
I think maybe they've written the character better. Who knows?
His acting seemed to improve. He actually was like smiling.
He was smiling,
and like he seemed like a real person.
Yeah.
But then that adds to a lot of questions. Like, he left at the end of Season 2.
Yeah, he just disappeared from the show.
Yeah, so we didn't know, like, is this his first time back in Twin Peaks?
And they kind of implied that, no, he's been around. So.
Yeah, like, oh, there he is again. Just, he's looking at you. He's talking to, like, Shelley's friend. It's like, oh, he's looking at you again. Like, oh, so he's been here? And then that adds, like, what happened to Donna.
Yeah.
Because, like, they're, like, pretty in love, like, in that show. But he's staring at another girl. So it's like... I don't know, like, is Donna just gone? Is, like, did he just, like, move on from her? Because she's annoying in the show? He just moved on because she's really annoying in the show?
I hated Donna more than James in the show.
I don't know. They both got on my nerves.
Yeah, but...
So that's all the returning cast that we got, like, in this episode.
Yes.
There's still a lot more that we haven't seen yet. I can't wait to delve into that in future episodes.
Definitely.
But then we get to the new stuff, which there was a lot of new stuff. A lot of new characters got introduced. Starting off with this one guy whose job basically is to sit in this room and watch this like glass box with all the cameras set around it, filming it, to see if something appears in it.
Mm-hmm. And I just went, Coop's gonna appear in it.
And that's what happened at the end.
At one point, Coop does.
At the end of the episode, Coop escapes the Black Lodge. I don't know actually, because I don't know what sure. It looks like he does, but then he's just flying through space and just doing crazy stuff.
So like he almost escapes, then Doppelganger of Evolution Arm attacks him, and the zigzags eat him up, and he goes into even blackness.
Yeah.
And then the Evolution Arm says existenceless or
something like that.
Something like that. Or non-existent.
Yeah.
And then he's falling in the blackness, and then he lands in New York on this glass box.
And then the glass box from earlier.
And then it turns into like Russian nesting doll glass box, and then he disappears, and then he's in the blackness again, and it looks like Under the Skin or something like that.
Yeah.
and
so he's in a limbo, I think, right now. Basically, that's what it seems like. We thought he escaped the Black Lodge, but we don't know for sure. But either way, you see this guy he's this guy who's watching it for like his professor or whatever, and the people who own that building is a billionaire.
Some billionaire, mystery billionaire.
Yeah, we don't know who that character is.
A doorknob, perhaps.
A doorknob with a face on it.
Oh my god.
Oh, they're never going to address that.
No.
I think that's the one thing Lynch was be like, no, no, leave that be. But he's there, and there's this one girl who's like his friend who shows up to give him coffee. And she asks, like, oh, can I come in and see what you're doing? And there's this guard at the door just like, no, nobody can come in, just him. And later on, that guard is not there. So the dude's like, oh, yeah, sure, it's a hot chick. Come on in. And they start getting it on. And this is where things get friggin' weird. Because something does show up.
Something does show up.
I don't know what.
So it goes dark inside the box. It goes like pitch black, and there's like a figure standing there that looks like a naked, like...
Even like the face will kind of like skeletal, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it's like all kind of like shaky, so you don't see perfectly what it is. And it's freaky looking. Yeah. It is actually really freaky.
And then it busts through the glass.
Yeah.
And like murders them.
Basically, it just starts cutting them up and blood's like flying everywhere. And then that's it. That's all we see of it.
And then we don't see them again until the end, where it just kind of shows a clip of right before that happened.
Yeah, so Coop got there right before that.
Yes.
But what does that thing have to do with... That thing has to have something to do with Coop, right?
Something.
I don't know what that is. It was really freaky, actually, though.
I'm excited to find out.
So that was interesting. That was an interesting way to start the episode, because it was very slow-paced. And, like, I'm like, anybody else would be, like... Any other person watching this would be pissed off right now, because it is so slow and just deliberate, just taking his time. But
I loved it.
It was great. So then after that, we moved to this small town in North Dakota. And we see this lady walking through the hallway to her apartment, and she smells something weird coming from this room.
And she's such a Lynch character. I loved her.
She's a combination of a Lynch character and a character from Fargo.
Yeah. It was wonderful.
It was a mixture of that.
Very stupid.
Yes. Yes. Very much so.
But just fun and quirky. Oh, yeah. And this was kind of getting to the quirkiness of Twin Peaks.
So she calls the cops saying that like the neighbor in that room that smells bad hasn't come out in many days, and that that room smells bad. So the cops come to investigate. They end up finding their way inside and discover a dead body.
Yep, a dead body that's not only dead but mutilated.
Yeah.
It's got the head cut off, and it's...
Well, it's got the head cut off, but it's a different like body.
Yeah.
And the body is like a John Doe. We don't know who it is.
Yeah.
But there's fingerprints in the room from a principal at a school.
Yeah, principal at the local high school.
Yes. Played by Matthew Lillard, which came out of nowhere. I didn't expect that.
I didn't know he was going to be in the show, and he was good.
He was really good.
I like Matthew Lillard a lot.
Yeah. So they take Matthew Lillard down to the station to ask him about this, and he basically, after talking to them and meets up with his wife, realizes that like he does actually remember being in that room with that character, but it was a dream.
It was a dream for him, but he was there actually. So it's...
And then you think when he talks to his wife, you think this is just going to be like the wife comforting him. He'd be like, oh, it's okay, you're probably framed for this or something. But then she just goes, I know you did it. And I know you've been having an affair. And he goes, well, I know about your affair with my lawyer. It's like, what? And then straight up Twin Peaks, just characters cheating on each other and
everyone is having an affair.
Yeah, just screwing each other over.
Yeah.
But I love that scene because it just came out of nowhere. Like, I expected something totally different.
I loved it.
I expected the supportive wife, not the I'm actually cheating on you wife. And as she's leaving, she talks to the lawyer, just like he knows.
He knows. Don't walk me out.
Don't walk me out. They go their separate ways. So what's going on with that? I feel like this murder is kind of like the new Laura Palmer, and that like it's the catalyst for this new story.
Could be.
It could be. I mean, I don't know. There's so much going on that like
there's so many different things happening that
it might not
just be one catalyst. It could be all these things kind of meshing together.
Basically, and then and then Cooper's doppelganger kills the wife.
Yes,
shoots her, so she's out of the picture, and he basically goes on a killing spree this whole episode. Kills a bunch of his accomplices. Because he actually knows that, somehow he knows that Cooper's going to try to leave the Black Lodge. I don't know how, but he knows. Because why not? And then, what's really interesting is, he calls Philip Jeffries, the Bowie character from Fire Walk With Me. Mm-hmm. And it's just this voice on there, like, I forgot what, just this random voice. It's not Bowie, but it wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be like somebody else, and he thought he was calling Jeffries. And he's just like trying to talk to him, and they bring up Major Briggs. Mm-hmm. So he's still involved somehow. I don't know how. I don't know what they're gonna do since that actor is actually dead.
Yes.
But he's still involved, which is great. Mm-hmm. I love that. So there's questions.
Mm-hmm. Intrigue.
Oh, so much intrigue. And yeah, that's basically where we left. The episode ends in the bar with him going there, which doesn't really tie into anything in this episode,
but I'm sure we'll have more to do with James and Shelley, because I think they're among the few confirmed to be in all 18 episodes. So I'm sure they'll be pretty important.
Yeah, there's a lot that happened in 2 hours. There's a lot was introduced. A lot of new characters got introduced. A lot of new storylines got introduced, and a return to a lot of old ones. Ooh, also there was Hawk in the forest looking for Cooper, and he ends up finding the entrance to the Black Lodge.
He finds the entrance.
Does he go in there? We don't know.
We will see.
But he finds the entrance to the Black Lodge, so he's gonna get connected to all this.
Couple other characters we forgot to mention very briefly, but One-Armed Man.
Yes, the One-Armed Man comes back.
And Leland Palmer.
Oh my God, yeah, Leland Palmer comes back in one scene, and all in the Black Lodge. Mm-hmm. Just amazing stuff. All that stuff in the Black Lodge was great. Like so the first thing you see is the One-Armed Man, basically. Well, at the beginning of the episode, you see the giant, and it's all black and white, and he's talking to Coop, and then Coop disappears. Why not?
Yeah.
And then at the end, you see him. He runs into Leland, and the One-Armed Man is taking him around the whole place. It's great stuff.
It's wonderful. I love
so much stuff that I cannot wait for the next episode.
There are just so many things that I can't wait to see, and we still have a week left till the next episode. So.
I cannot wait. This is gonna be great.
Yeah.
So that's the first episode of The Return of Twin Peaks.
Yeah, we are very excited to see the rest of them.
Oh my God, I cannot wait. And it was everything we wanted and more.
Absolutely.
It was.
That's about all you've got to say about it.
Yes.
So until next time, we will see you guys later.